In this world, there are two kinds of people. One who wants to be healed and wants to be healed, and two who wants to be healed but does not want to be healed. If you are one of them, then this video is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Matthew, and in today's video, we're going to discuss something very peculiar about the life of the faithful in the church and outside. You see, when somebody gets sick, they usually go to the doctor. And why do they go to the doctor? Because they want to get healed. But the strange thing happens after that. Now the doctor will prescribe you some medicine, some tests, and maybe you have to go through some therapy. Whatever it is, the doctor will give you the desired and the required treatment. But once you get the prescription, once you go to the chemist's shop, you go and you get your medicines. Fine, you come home, and then after a day or two, somehow you missed your medicines. And after a week, maybe you forget to take your medicines at all. And once you see that you have improvements in your body, you stop taking your medicines. Maybe you are told to take your medicines for 2 months at a stretch, but after a month or after a week, you see, oh, I'm getting starting to see some improvements in my health, and I don't think so that I need to, take medicines. You want to be healed, but you do not want to be healed completely. The doctor knows that if you take your medicines for 2 months, the sickness in your body will completely, be removed, and you will be healed completely in our spiritual lives also, and not just our spiritual lives, even in our physical lives. When we are sick, and when we go to the Lord and we say to the Lord, Lord, I want to be healed, ask yourself this question, that up to what extent am I able to humble myself before the Lord so that he can heal me. In every instance in the Gospels, we see every sick person, man or woman, who comes to Jesus and says that, Lord, heal me, or heal my son, or heal my daughter who is sick, or who has died, or who has leprosy, or is infested by a demon. We see that the Lord, in the initially, he does not, or he tries to show that he does not have time, or maybe he's going somewhere, or maybe his disciples are interrupting. But eventually we see that it is some kind of a test that Jesus is, putting them through. But then he sees, and we see how the person, they come out passing that test with flying colors, and they humble themselves to such an extent that Jesus is filled with love and compassion for them. We see a similar thing in Matthew chapter 21, Matthew chapter 16, verse 21 to 28, when a woman who comes to Jesus saying that, Jesus, Lord, my daughter is infested with demons, and I want you to heal her. Then Jesus said that, I came for my people, not for you. And that is very hurting, because she came to Jesus with a lot of faith, with a lot of expectations. But Jesus answered her in this way. And he said something which you will never want to hear if you ever went to Jesus. Jesus said that it is not right for me to give the children's food and throw it to the dogs. Jesus is comparing her with dogs. But then what the woman did shows how desperate she was to see her child getting healed by Jesus. She says in Matthew chapter 16, verse 27, "That's true, sir," she answered. "But even the dogs eat the leftovers that fall from their master's table." And then Jesus answered her, "You are a woman of great faith. What you want will be done for you." And at that very moment, her daughter was healed. Jesus made her go through a test of faith. He wanted to see how much she wanted her daughter to be healed. And not just for her, Jesus wants all of us to pass that test. Because Jesus loves you and he wants to heal you or your family members. And right now, if you are having any sickness in your body, or any of your known family members or friends is sick, and you want Jesus to heal them, let me tell you one thing: Jesus wants them to be healed. Jesus wants you to be healed. But do you want to be healed? That is the main question. Because if you want to be healed, you will be ready to humble yourself up to any extent to be healed. You just can't expect a healing to happen in you when you just go and ask something in prayer, and no, nothing like that. Jesus says that if you have a seed as tiny as a mustard seed, you can tell that mountain to come, to go and put themselves in the ocean, and that will happen. But that faith, like a mustard seed, is a great deal, and not anyone and not everyone is able to have that faith, that solid faith of a solid mustard seed. It is not just like a cloud that vanishes after some time. It has to remain like that tiny, solid mustard seed. And so I urge you right now, and I encourage you not to lose heart if you are not getting healed. But I want you to have a faith like this woman who is ready to do anything that the Lord asks her to do. Even if she is compared to a dog, she does not care, she does not mind, she is fine with it. She just wants to be healed, she just wants her child to be healed. And that is the faith that the Lord wants from you and from me.